choose our socks for success in all endeavors. Fortunes rises from the heel, and good luck for life.
Good morning. Today is Sunday, February 23, 2025. Today in history, 152 years ago, Liang Qichao, a key figure in modern Chinese history, was born. He was a leading thinker, politician, historian, and writer, notably associated with the 1898 reform movement. Beyond politics, he contributed significantly to academia, with works like the collection of Ice Drinking Room and travel notes on Hawaii. Liang was also the first to discuss the concept of the Chinese nation. Welcome to today's Qing Chao Morning News. Let's start with political updates. Thousands rally outside U.S. Embassy in South Africa. According to Agence France-Presse, over 1,000 South Africans recently rallied outside the U.S. Embassy in Pretoria to show support for Trump. This followed the signing of South Africa's new Expropriation Act by President Ramaphosa, replacing the 1975 law. The new law allows the government to expropriate land for the public interest, outlining consultation and compensation procedures for landowners. The bill sparked sharp criticism from the Trump administration. Trump accused South Africa of seizing agricultural land without compensation, claiming it undermined equal opportunities and incited racial discrimination. In response, Trump signed an executive order to freeze aid to South Africa, gaining support from some South Africans. Vietnam approves largest reform plan in decades. According to Bloomberg News, on February 18, Vietnam's Congress approved its largest government reform plan in decades. The plan will abolish 5 departments, affecting an estimated 100,000 civil servants. Authorities aim to reduce government size by about 20%, the most significant adjustment since Vietnam's pro-market reforms in the 1980s. Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh views the reform as key to achieving 8% economic growth this year. The overhaul streamlines government agencies, reallocates resources to industrial investment, and offers subsidies to unemployed government workers. Second phase of ceasefire talks to begin in Gaza. According to Xinhua news agency, the Israeli Security Cabinet has decided to launch the second phase of ceasefire negotiations in the Gaza Strip. The first phase, which lasted 6 weeks, began with an agreement between Israel and Hamas on January 15, and the ceasefire took effect on January 19. During this period, both sides exchanged some of the personnel held by each. The second phase, initially scheduled to start on February 3, has been delayed due to Trump's proposal to empty and take over the Gaza Strip. In the second phase, both sides are expected to continue with detainee exchanges, and Israel will demand the complete demilitarization of Gaza. Israel also opposes plans to transfer civilian control of Gaza from Hamas to the Palestinian National Authority. Indonesia to establish sovereign wealth fund. Comprehensive news from Jakarta. Indonesian Prime Minister Prabowo announced that the sovereign wealth fund Danantra, managing over $900 billion, will be officially established on February 24 to help achieve the 8% economic growth target. Danantra's initial funding comes from cash, state-owned assets, and government-held shares. It reports directly to the president and is overseen by a regulatory board. A regulatory framework will be developed soon, outlining operational details. The government plans to invest in renewable energy, advanced manufacturing, downstream industries, and food production through Danantra. Thailand sees 90,000 flu cases in 15 days. According to news from Bangkok, Thailand recently reported a sharp increase in influenza cases. From January 1 to 25, there were 7,819 cases, but by February 16, the number had surged to 99,057, with over 90,000 cases reported in just 15 days. Most cases occurred in schools, with children aged 5 to 9 most affected, followed by those aged 3 and 4. High-risk groups include people over 65, those with chronic conditions like asthma, heart disease, and diabetes, as well as pregnant women and children under 5. Authorities plan to promote influenza vaccination, with 4.5 million doses to be distributed through the National Health Security Office. Bus falls into canyon in Bolivia, at least 31 dead. According to Lianhe Zaobao, on February 17, a long-distance bus crashed into a canyon in the Jocaya area of Potosí Province, Bolivia, killing at least 31 people and injuring 15. Preliminary investigations suggest the accident was caused by the driver losing control on a road section with steep terrain, sharp turns, and steep slopes, making it prone to accidents. Accidents are common on Bolivia's winding mountain roads. Government data shows road accidents kill an average of 1,400 people annually in the country, which has a population of about 12 million. This is the deadliest traffic incident in Bolivia this year. Last month, another bus crash near Potosí killed 19 people. Johor Temple in Malaysia hosts God's Parade event. According to Malaysian news, the Carnival of Man and God parade recently kicked off at the Johor Ancient Temple. After the street washing ceremony, the 5 gods were placed in palanquins and taken to the palace, followed by a night tour. The Johor Bahru Ancient Temple Tour is one of the largest events in Johor Bahru, Malaysia. Jointly organized by the 5 major Chinese gangs, it is a folk cultural event with deep historical significance. This celebration not only honors the past but also carries hopes for the health of future generations, symbolizing the cultural heritage and unity of the Chinese community in Johor Bahru. According to Global Financial News, spot gold recently surged to a record high of $2,920 per ounce. Since the start of 2025, spot gold prices have risen by over 11%. That's all for today's Qing Chao Morning News. Thanks for watching. Join us at the same time tomorrow.